Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 13, Chapter 4 Complete Victory, Part 11. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from the anime and manga series. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Calgurio, who was in a state of annoyance, had been waiting for someone to report back to him. Damn it, really, there's no news yet. Today alone, Calgurio didn't know how many times to roar. None of the staff officers answered him, but just at this time a loud noise came from the outside of the barracks. What's wrong? What happened? As if in response to this query from Calgurio, a subordinate soldier rushed in. Report. Just now, the charioteer division joined us. Calgurio said. What? In his mind. I'm back. Someone was talking while entering the field tent where Calgurio was staying. A beautiful female non-commissioned officer who had nothing to do with the battlefield. Her true identity is one of the heads of the secret society, Big Three, Misha, who represents women. Acting in accordance with Yuki's orders, he had come to draw Calgurio, and was therefore involved in this battle plan. Misha's purpose was to monitor Calgurio movements, and to her, this decision really upset her. Misha, are you alright? Yes, Lord Calgurio. What about the others? How many men will rendezvous with the main force after that? Take it easy. It's useless to panic even now. What? What does that mean? Everybody's dead. Huh? Not only the magic tank division, which the Empire is so proud of, but also the 100 killer hovercrafts have all been reduced to ashes. Really all dead? Yes. So everyone here is a survivor of the Mecha Legion? Exactly, Your Excellency. Hearing Misha respond in this way, Calgurio hung his head helplessly. It wasn't just him, the other staff officers had a dark look on their faces that followed. The invasion battle was a complete failure. Even if the labyrinth is successfully defeated this time and a large number of general soldiers lose their lives, they will not be able to escape accountability. What to do? The staff officers were also unable to give an answer when they heard Calgurio's words. It was at this time that Misha spoke. We should be retreating. What? I've looked a little, but Operation Maze Raider isn't very optimistic, is it? The labyrinth is for exploration. Can't send an army to attack, is that right? That's what Yuki said? Yes. He said that if you want to go through the maze, you should only let the elite in. What a load of crap. The best men have been sent in. In fact, 2 days ago he only sent in the strongest battle force he could think of. In addition to that, the elite personnel of the Mecha Modification Corps considered themselves to be the strongest among the Imperial Army, with a total of over 500,000 people sent in by him. Those elite people would definitely meet up successfully inside the maze. And I think we should keep going in for the sake of taking the maze. However, despite sending in our elite men, the labyrinth was still not taken. Indeed, it may be that the men inside are still fighting. But we can't spy on the situation, and it's hard to keep sending reinforcements, right? Shut up. All we can do is wait for our men to come out alive, right? I told you to shut up. Listen up, Misha, just relax. We have distributed jewelry with resurrection effects to those in high places. I heard that as long as you wear those jewels, you can be resurrected outside the maze even if you die. The fact that no one has come out proves that they are doing well. Calgurio also understands that it's too optimistic to think that way. But he was the general in charge of leading the army, and one can only say that at a time like this. But the jewelry is still a trial piece, so we haven't confirmed the resurrection effect, right? According to Yuki-sama, it's impossible to replicate a bracelet if it's made by skill. In the face of these words, Calgurio was speechless. There are already a number of dead people at the moment. If the labyrinth's inner circle is not saved again, then Calgurio will become an incompetent man who has suffered a historic defeat and will bear the blame forever. He had originally led an army of 940,000, but now he had less than 200,000 men left. Only now did Calgurio realize that he had underestimated the Demon Lord. But it's too early to give up. There is one last hope for Calgurio, and that is Minute. You calm down. Major General Minute, my most trusted man, has invaded the maze. He was sure to bring back some kind of information. Why don't we wait for the results to come in? No, we should retreat immediately, Lord Calgurio. A man suddenly entered the tent and made such remarks without permission. What are you? The staff officer interrogated. He looked in good spirits, but the bloodstained uniform was concerning. It's reasonable to assume that he's from another unit, a survivor, or... My name is Krishna, one of the 100 who entered the labyrinth 2 days ago, ranking 17th within the Imperial Emperor's Order of the Near Guard. Hearing this, everyone present was astonished. Calgurio is no exception. You mean the Imperial Order of the Imperial Kaiser? Why is the Emperor's Guard here? Those staff officers began to falter. Now is not the time to talk about that. Your Excellency's name is Krishna, right? Can you tell us about it first? In a word, that maze is dangerous. If I tell you, you probably won't understand. Even Bazin, who was ranked 35, and Reha, who was ranked 94, are dead. Major General Minute was also killed before my eyes. While there is no conclusive evidence, I'm guessing that the Colonel Kansas is also dead. There were no survivors in the maze. You're right to think so. Everyone listened blankly to the words. He's back from the dead, isn't he? In other words, he holds the resurrection bracelet. And it's not a knockoff, it's a real bracelet. Then this guy must be the real Emperor near guard, right? Contrary to the exasperated mood, Calgurio tried hard to calm down and think. There were 2 resurrection bracelets, given by Gadra. One of them was taken to the Technical Bureau for analysis and used to make imitations. The other one is dedicated to His Majesty the Emperor. It was supposed to be the Emperor who gave him that bracelet, so that Krishna could be resurrected. This will confirm that the resurrection bracelet does have a resurrection effect, but also confirm that the imitation is not effective. Which means that the general soldiers inside the labyrinth are really all dead. That's about it. Krishna's commentary isn't over. And the man who killed us is not even the demon lord, not even the 4 heavenly kings below. It's a monster who we haven't even heard of. It's like one of the 10 labyrinth lords, but that guy is very different. That being said, the fighting abilities of the 10 lords of the labyrinth alone were enough to rival and even surpass those of high-ranking demon generals. And among these monsters, the one who called himself Zijin was simply as strong as if he was from another subdivision. And even Krishna knew he certainly couldn't beat him. I'll say it again this time, to retreat. There is no shame in that. In order to help the surviving generals and soldiers, please make your ruling now. You said it wasn't Demon Lord? A monster equivalent to a high-ranking demon general moving stupidly in there? Is it that strong? If you want to say that the Demon Lord is new, you don't look too hard at the other party. Why do you have such a strong fighting power? This call made the staff officers start to stir. Let's retreat now. It's not all our responsibility. Part of it is also due to the negligence of the Intelligence Bureau. Exactly. We should run away with those who are currently surviving while the Demon Lord Rimuru is still out there. Lastly, Misha speaks. One thing I forgot to report is that it wasn't the evil dragon Veldora who destroyed our army. Rather, it was because someone released the nuclear strike magic that caused our army to suffer the fatal blow. And still twice. This was magic that was large enough to easily defeat the Legion's magic. The people who use this magic are also very threatening, but it's a different thing from what I was trying to express. The next words don't need to be heard, everyone understands. That is, there is still a storm dragon in the land where Veldora still sits. At this point Calgurio made his decision and he gave the order. Gather all the soldiers. We're going to turn around. Turn around and go back to your home country. But their decision was made too late. A sweeping rushing current gradually approaching, to swallow up Calgurio and the others. The fate of the Imperial Army, it is long gone. That's troublesome. The Lord said he would not allow you to retreat. All eyes were focused on the entrance to the camp tent. There stood a man, wearing a weapon called a sword around his waist and wearing an exotic costume. Who are you? At this point Krishna stepped forward and questioned. Excuse me, this one's name is Agara. This time Lady Carrera sent me to be an emissary. The man's real face is Agara. Rimuru was a pacifist, and for better or worse, he decided to send messengers to persuade the enemy to surrender. Faced with such an Agara, one of the staff officers raised his voice. You said you were an emissary? My lord is referring to the demon lord Rimuru, right? It would be arrogant not to pay tribute to our great lord. Just go to the afterlife world and reflect hard. Everyone on the scene didn't feel Agara pulling the knife. Even Krishna, who was closest to him, was too late to make any response. It seems you have decided to listen to me. So this one says, disarm and surrender to us immediately. That will keep you in slavery and keep you alive. If you want to resist, so be it. Let's fight valiantly to the death. We will wait an hour for you guys. If you want to surrender, you can do it in the meantime. That was all Agara said and turned away. At that moment Calgurio thought desperately about what was the best thing to do. Then, with a glimmer of hope, he decided to deal with Agara. Wait, no, just a moment please. What is it? Excuse me, my name is Calgurio. I am the chief of this legion, the supreme leader of this campaign. So what do you want to do? Mr. Agara, you said earlier that if we surrender, you will accept it, right? Can you please review the terms? It is inhumane to be a slave. That condition is difficult for us to accept anyway. The staff officers were uniformly surprised to hear Calgurio say such things out of the blue. But no one is objecting at this point. Everyone knows that the situation is unfavorable, so they all put their hopes in negotiation. Instead of forcing us to fight to the death, it would be less likely that you would suffer damage and win. Don't make us slaves. Can you let us go for a while this time? Of course we will pay compensation, promising you all that there will be no future acts of aggression. No, it's more than that. I also intend to return to my home country and ask the Emperor to make an alliance with your country. If the Empire joined forces with your country, it would be easy to dominate the world. And being able to have an advantage relative to other demon lords as well, I think it's not bad for His Majesty Rimuru. We will not forget this benevolence. May I ask you to pass it on to His Majesty the Demon Lord Rimuru? Considering the current situation, both Operation Dwargon Raiders and Operation Maze Raiders have failed completely. All the soldiers who went to carry out the battle plan were killed. Things had come to this, and Calgurio could only admit it. On top of that, he wanted to at least let those who survived return to their home country safe and sound. The situation is such that you think you're qualified to make a condition? From your disdain for the mercy of Lord Testarossa, your fate is decided. See to it that you resist or obey, and make your choice as you wish. That was Agara's answer. No one could move, and Agara left the tent at a leisurely pace. Don't try to run away. What to do? Can only fight. Our lives all belong to His Majesty the Emperor. You may live longer as a slave, but you are too humiliated to see the Emperor. But we don't have a magic tank and we don't have a magicule disturbing radiation. It might be hard to fight like that. Doesn't matter. Anyway, our purpose is no longer survival, the point is to bring the information back to His Majesty the Emperor. No matter how many generals and soldiers have to be sacrificed, even if it's just you, you will flee and live. Please wait. So, what are your plans, Your Excellency? That goes without saying. Let those monsters see the pride of being an Imperial soldier. Seeing the breath change on Calgurio's body, the expressions of the adjutants and staff officers changed with it. How could you do such a shameless thing as to leave Your Excellency to flee? Exactly. Isn't it fun to end up struggling for nothing? Not sure we're going to lose yet. Next, we're going to show off the true power of the Mecha Legion. Then let me run away. I don't have the backbone to go along with your suicidal behavior. Sorry. If it's you, that Yuki kid should be able to handle it for you. It is difficult to convey correctly to His Majesty the Emperor how incompetent we are. Understood, Your Excellency. You need someone to protect you. Let us take this mission. Before Calgurio's words could be uttered, silhouettes were already appearing in the camp tent. Their true faces are Bonnie and Ju, who have just escaped from the maze. It's the single digits, so it's Krishna, long time no see. Staying here is only a dead end. Do you want to come along? No, I want to be with Sir Calgurio. Yeah? Then I promise you that I will certainly relay your performance to Your Majesty. You will not die in vain, you will become glorious deaths of war. Be exhausted. That must make a meaningful death. These words of Bonnie's resounded heavily, and Ju silently agreed. The next thing you know, the two of them are leading Misha to a quick retreat from the scene. Those who are left behind are prepared to die. Do not observe the time appointed by the messenger. While the enemy's side isn't ready, we're going to hit them with the utmost force. In the blink of an eye, Calgurio's order had extended to the end. Then they were about to face a final showdown, and everyone stepped up to the plate in order to give it their all.